Happy birthday, Erika. May you have many more birthdays, and may your children and grandchildren comfort you in your old age. While Plutarch writes of a Greek general who led his troops until he was 70 years old before choosing a teenage bride with whom to have his family, women have to be a bit quicker if they are to have any progeny at all. A friend's wife went into menopause at 35, while one sister says her period stopped even earlier. These things may not seem fair, but nature is what it is, and we must respect her dictates if we hope to have posterity. Our current culture tells lies to the general public to keep the excessive number of peasants down. 2 centuries ago, the Reverend Malthus objected to having to give any of his wealth to the support of peasants not needed to provide him with the goods and services he desired. He thus recommended curtailing the excessive reproduction of peasants. The pill and homosexuality are today's answers to his prayers. By telling girls they can delay reproduction with the pill until they have met their professional or property goals, many are tricked into putting off having children until menopause makes it too late. I have another sister in that category. We are highly suggestible as a species. This trait helps us cooperate, which in turn has made us very successful, but it also makes us suckers for stories. This aspect of our nature is used and abused by persons seeking to achieve their agendas at our expense. For example, it is easy to see that the claim that people are just born as obligate homosexuals is false. An obligate homosexual would not do that which is necessary to have children, and so would not pass the genes that caused that condition to be passed on to the next generation. It is a characteristic that would be self-extinguishing by its nature. Nevertheless, to decrease unwanted population and increase the number of cheap, non-reproductive work units in our society, unscrupulous people push the lie that homosexuals are just born that way onto other people's children. It keeps down the rate of reproduction. Elitists even try to make this perversion of a natural drive appear glamorous and desirable to ensnare peasant children. The eternal afterlife story is useful in making peasants endure their sufferings at the hands of bullies, especially if they are told that the bullies will suffer forever while the peasants have eternal joy. It is also useful in making peasants accept the worldly extinction that comes of not having progeny. If you can have an eternal jolly afterlife, why bother having and raising kids? If you don't believe in an eternal afterlife, however, it becomes apparent that extinction really is extinction. Failure to reproduce is giving yourself a Darwin Award. Letting schools teach your kids that they should picture themselves as being born homosexuals, or born as the wrong gender, is a way of giving yourself a Darwin Award. If you let people with a peasant reduction agenda convince your kids to not have kids, you will be just as extinct as if you had never had children in the first place. If you want to be represented in the generations of the future, don't give your kids to the folks who preach homosexuality, gender change, and wait till later, because it becomes too late.